Hey, it's Ray, finally posting this digital painting process time-lapse video. In this video, I'm painting the Igor Album Art, Tyler the Creator's latest album that came out in May, which is when I made it. So I think it took me about 4 hours, which is kind of long. It was meant to be a sketch at first, but I really liked how it was developing, and I started adding a lot more detail, and it was a really nice study to do. The motion graphics artist who created the Igor font sent me the link to use the font for the thumbnail, so I will link her Instagram in the description because she deserves all the credit, and I'm really grateful she released the font for free. It's really cool. So yeah, I really like how this little study, this value study kind of came out. So on my Instagram story, I asked for topics to talk about in this voiceover, and the first one I got was from my friend Zach. He asked me to freestyle, do a bunch of Tyler the Creator beats, and I told him absolutely not. That is not happening anytime soon. Evan basically told me to rant and talk about my feelings, which is also not going to happen. Sorry. Megan suggested to talk about my future and aspirations in art. For my immediate future, I'm just working on finishing college. I currently attend the University of West Florida. I am working towards a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Studio Art, which is the most, basically, that is allowing me to choose the art classes that I want, has the most freedom. So that is why I'm a Studio Art BFA major, and then today I actually added another major, so I'll be dual majoring, and my second major is art administration. So my anticipated graduation is fall of 2021. So I'll be graduating with a Studio Art BFA and a BA in art administration. So art administration is a lot more of handling the business side of art, and I thought it'd be really fitting for me to have that as a major or as a degree, just so I can have that experience and have more opportunities to further my career in the industry. Those are my immediate future aspirations, I suppose. So beyond college, because this career is really based off of connections and opportunities, when I finish college, I'm basically just looking to find a job in the field that I want, which is the entertainment industry, or a small studio. It'll really just depend on what opportunities present themselves for me, and I'll go from there. Then Manzial responded, saying I should talk about conspiracy theories. I wish I listened to more because they're super interesting, but I don't think I'd be a very good person to listen to conspiracy theories about, so sorry. The Doodler TM responded asking about my favorite TV shows. I don't watch a lot of shows, but I do have some that I really, really love. I'll start with the cartoons that I watch. So I finished Steven Universe, and I finished Rick and Morty, anticipating season 4 for Rick and Morty for sure, and then Steven Universe, trying to follow the production of the movie. So I love those two series a lot. I have I don't watch many live action shows, but my family is really, really obsessed with Criminal Minds. So we watch that almost every night, maybe every other night. My favorite character is Dr. Reed, of course. Another show that I watch on Netflix is Versailles, which is based on King Louis the 14th. It's basically showing how life was lived in the Palace of Versailles during that time period, and costuming in the show is amazing. Most of it is set in the actual Palace of Versailles, which is a place I want to visit so bad. And it's very dramatic and very political, but I love periodicals, I think is what they're called. I love seeing how people used to live. So, Rick and Morty, Steven Universe, Criminal Minds, Versailles, Black Mirror. I really like Black Mirror. Those are pretty good. That's a pretty good show. I watched The Act when that show came out on Hulu. Phenomenal. I thought it was really great. I thought it was really well made, and Joey King's acting in it is crazy to me, especially after watching a documentary of the real Gypsy Rose. So that's a really great series. Oh, Stranger Things. I'm planning on making art for Stranger Things for sure. Season 3 was pretty. It was really pretty, and it was also it was better than I expected it to be. So really love Stranger Things. Jay responded how to practice. So I'm not very good at practicing myself, but I think a good habit or a good tip, I'm not very good at practicing myself, but I think a good tip to keep in mind when you're practicing is to not always practice what you're comfortable with. I think that to grow as an artist, you have to identify the things that you are uncomfortable with. Identify those things, whether it be a certain process or anatomy, which is a big one for me, and figure out what it is that you avoid and work on those more. Of course, no one likes to do it, and I think that some people have the mindset that, oh, art should be fun, I should always want to be doing art, or when I'm doing art I should always be having fun. But I think if you're really serious and getting better, you have to do the things that you don't like. It's a lot like playing sports or being in school. Like, just practice the things that you are least comfortable with to become a more well-rounded artist, I think. And then to also practice as often as you can, and sketch as much as you can, and write down ideas, and try to bring those ideas to life a little bit more often. I think that's something that I have problems with, is I have these ideas, but I never make thumbnails, I never take the next step to actually make them a real piece. It kind of just lives in my notes or in my head. So I think that, and if that is a suitable answer, I don't know. But those are my tips for practicing. So thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. If you have been listening to me ramble for however long this video ends up being, I hope you learned something. If you have any suggestions, or if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see in the future, or if you have any tips for how to make these videos better, please don't hesitate to comment what you think in the comment section below or whatever. Please subscribe. I am trying to produce more videos, and I'm trying to produce a lot more work in general. I do hope to capture more of my process and share it with you guys. I will have my social media in the description. So yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate all the support. I love you. That's it.